Hi, I'm Donna Barnes, the author of Giving Up Junk Food Relationships. And in this clip, I'm going to talk about when to text and when not to text. Because texting has changed relationships and not for the better, in my opinion. First and foremost, if you're asking somebody out, do not do that with a text message. Communication is the basis of a healthy relationship. So to send an electronic communication to ask someone out, I just think is completely inappropriate. And ladies, if a guy asks you out that way, I think you should say, why don't you call me? Now, I certainly understand that there's less rejection face-to-face if someone texts back and says no thanks rather than, on the phone. But I think if you want to set off a relationship in a good way, then do not start by texting. Now, having said that, once you're in the relationship, be really careful what you send by text message, because there's no inflection in the voice, and the written word can be easily misconstrued. And I go through this with clients all the time. They call me all in a panic because of some text message they got, and they read it to me, and I have a completely different perception because I'm taking my emotion out of it. So unfortunately, if anything is important information or any kind of feeling that you have, here's a great tip, rule right off the bat. And I'm not a fan of rules, but this is a rule you should follow. Anything that is a feeling should not be sent via text message or email for that matter. It needs to be face-to-face or at least on the phone. Because here's the thing with email too. So many people, especially girls, after a breakup, pour their heart out in emails and beg their case and plead all this stuff. But first of all, it doesn't require a response. So you've poured your heart out and then you're checking your email every day waiting to get a response back. It's giving away your power. And it's really, it's losing control. If he doesn't want to be with you anymore, he absolutely doesn't need to know every little thought that's running through your head. And by sending that, you're actually pushing him farther away. You're killing any positive thoughts that he has about you. So without getting off the topic of text messages, I think it's the exact same thing. So here's my rules about sending text messages. Never, ever, ever send a text message when you're anyway impaired. Now, of course, that includes drunk or any other substance, and anxiety. If you're upset, if you're crying, if you're angry, do not send a text message. I think, again, it can be misconstrued, the way you send something, and it can destroy a relationship. One text message sent at the wrong time, misconstrued the wrong way, will end your relationship. I see it happen all the time. So don't do it. If you've been on a phone conversation and it didn't go the way that you wanted and it just hung up and you're thinking all these things that you need to retaliate and you want to say, write them down. Don't send them. Do not send text messages as a form of communicating your feelings. I can't stress that enough. So in addition to that, I think that if you're a woman, let the man initiate text messaging. I think that, too many women take away, let the man be the man. I really strongly believe that. I think when you being the pursuer, then it catches him off guard. And then, especially if you're cute, he might think, yeah, okay, why not? She's texting me. But maybe he doesn't really like you. He's just hot for you. So if he initiates it, then you know that he really wants to be with you. Now having said that, gentlemen, then if you like somebody, you need to initiate the contact. I had a client who'd spent the night with a girl, and then he was kind of upset because he hadn't heard from her. And I said to him, well, did you call or text her? And he said, no, I was waiting to hear from her. And I said, you're the guy. And he had no idea. I mean, he was kind of a young guy, but he had no idea that he was supposed to be the one that initiated the contact. So I think if you're a girl, let the guy initiate. If you're a guy, make sure you initiate, and never, ever, ever text an emotion or feeling. Texting can be okay to say, hey, I'm running a few minutes late, or yeah, let's meet at this place or that place, once you've already talked and decided that you were going to get together. It should be for non-personal, maybe just exchange of information, but never, ever, ever anything serious or expressing your feelings. I think that'll destroy your relationship. I'm Donna Barnes, author of Giving Up Junk Food Relationships.